Okay, welcome to Stage of the Game preview podcast number 1, I guess. Whatever.
Test drive.
Yeah.
It's our beta test, if you will.
This is our
Dress rehearsal, beta test.
This is going to be a theater and gaming podcast that we will try and do when we can, because we work in theater. Our schedules suck. So hopefully the people who listen to this understand that.
Yes.
Very much.
Okay, so I guess we should do introductions. I'm Owen.
Tell us more about you.
Oh. I work in theater. I currently work for Capitol Repertory Theater in Albany, New York. I'm the company management assistant slash assistant stage manager, depending on who you ask. If you ask like other people, I might be the assistant company manager slash production assistant. So it all depends on who you ask.
Put them all on your resume.
And I mainly play Xbox games. That's me. Next.
Okay, I'll go next. I'm Morgan. I too work in theater. Right now I'm working in wardrobe at Long Wharf Theater in New Haven, Connecticut. So that's where I'm currently located for another week. I am a PS4 fan, Owen. So there's an ongoing rivalry here.
Tony's an Xbox gamer too, so I've brought an ally.
Oh.
Morgan can take
Jessie's
you both.
definitely a PS4 gamer.
Well, I grew up with Nintendo. Mario and Zelda.
Mario.
What? Mario? Help.
All right. And where are you located, Jessie?
I'm located in the wilds of New Jersey, and I work in theater. Which of course means I'm not currently working.
You're
well,
currently
you are.
working on
You're just
the show.
not getting
That's
paid.
true. I am. I'm currently working on 2 plays that I wrote that are going up this summer. I mean, like, I'm not getting paid, but it's pretty exciting. So it's all good. I did grow up with Nintendo, but I do have to say that currently I have been playing the PS4 Morgan Left Behind with, like, immensely joyous results and days of my life gone.
Well, in a week, I'll be unemployed, and I will. I'll join you to do that. Well, in a week,
we'll be like in crunch time for the plays, so the timing's gonna work out perfect.
Perfect.
I'm gonna kidnap you and make you work on my plays. So
you're gonna kidnap me?
Yeah. Get ready.
No. All right,
and
Tony. What about you?
We can't see.
Person you can't see, yes, because I am clearly not a PC person yet. I'm Tony. I also work in theater.
What?
I do a bunch of things, but right now I'm currently the production manager for Gretna Theater in Mount Gretna, Pennsylvania, who are celebrating their 90th season. So which is very cool. I've done company management stuff. I've done all this other fun stuff, and I too have an Xbox. I'm an Xbox One player. I also am very much in love with Nintendo, but can't really support them.
Could not agree more. Oh my god!
I have a 3DS, and that's about where I stand because Pokemon helped me learn how to read, so I can't really give it up.
That's amazing. Pokemon's amazing.
It's just the basic need to play Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but I feel you, because I would literally kill a casual acquaintance for a Nintendo Switch, but I will not pay any money for it just so I can play Breath of Wild. But I would really like to play.
I couldn't justify. I could not justify buying a Zelda machine as much as I wanted to.
Yeah,
I just couldn't do it.
Exactly.
Well, now there's Mario Kart.
Okay.
And that's it. Mario Kart and Zelda.
2 games.
I drive people around for a living.
Switch, or they're like the other games that they have, but other than that, it's pretty much for Zelda and Mario Kart, which I've been tempted to buy because I see one of the people who I work backstage. Well, they work backstage. I'm a spot up on the current show that I'm working on, so I'm not backstage. But one of the people backstage has one, so I'm really jealous because I know that when I'm out there and I'm in the audience with my spot, so I can't have a Switch or anything with me, I know that between scenes she's playing Zelda, and I'm really jealous.
One day she's gonna fuck up real bad, and then she'll be so embarrassed.
Well, Owen, you know that I ran spot for Christmas Carol when we worked together, and our spots were 100 feet, give or take, above the audience, and no one could see me. So I brought my iPad, and my iPad had the entirety of the original XCOM on it. So that's what I was playing in between my cues.
Yeah, no, I can't. My spot is out in the audience because it's a much smaller house. It's like 270 seats, and I'm just on a little stand up in the back of the house. I don't even have a real spotlight. I have a Source 4 with a handle on it.
Oh,
it's close
like,
enough.
do you just have like a flashlight, or like?
No, it's controlled by the board. Yeah,
that's close
the
enough.
Board brings it up, and then, but it's pretty much a Source 4 pretty much can do anything. But
yeah,
like the way that it handles, I wish it was a spot because it would handle easier. That's the only issue with it.
Is there a lot of spot in your current show?
About once a scene. It's rare that I'm not working. I get like a minute or two in between songs and stuff like that. Usually for every song there's a spot. Except there's, I think, 2 songs that don't have a spot.
Okay. Well, I guess you're there. They might as well use you.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I hate this show so much. And I hate having to watch it every
Sounds
single
pretty
night.
bad.
Not a good show? Or bad
the
performance? Or
No, the
Tell us
performances
all
are
about
fine. It's just the writing is terrible. It's the story is based on true events about an American reporter who was traveling across Europe during World War I and came to Turkey and during the Armenian genocide and like helped report on it.
So it's a really light show.
Yeah.
Carefree, lots of laughs.
Just tackling the Armenian genocide, like whatevs. A nice light number.
Casual.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem like a tap dancing show, though, and I know there is tap dancing in this show.
Are you? Wait, I thought you were being facetious. There's a tap show. There's a tap number.
There's a tap
Tell
number.
us about it. Tell us why and how.
Because they deemed it necessary. There's a lot of dancing in this show because
I'm of the mind that a tap number is very rarely needed. Period. Let alone during the Armenian genocide.
Well, no, there's one scene that
there's
one scene that goes back to his love interest, the American reporter's love interest. Back in, they happen to be walking through. She and like her uncle, who happens to be the editor for the newspaper he works for, who sent him overseas. It's all very convenient. And they're walking through Central Park, and he tells him that that the reporter is finally coming home, and so she's like having like a moment of like reflecting on their relationship. And so obviously it's like 1915. It's in the Central Park, so obviously it has to be a tap number.
That makes sense.
I guess
obviously
there was no other option. I guess then.
But then,
what do you do?
What else would you do? Not tap. That is the other option.
That's not even the worst thing. After that, the song after that is an analogy song. That's like this guy trying to like writing a story that's kind of like Chicken Little, but it's about like.
See, I like that story though. I love Chicken Little. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, but they
Zach Braff voiced Chicken Little in the Disney version, so it's okay.
He's from New Jersey.
But it's interesting to have that be like a play within a play about Armenian genocide.
But it's
it doesn't really need it.
They changed the story so it's about the sky, like Atlas, the Greek god, can no longer hold up the sky, and the sky's going to fall, and so this people are like, okay, screw that, we don't care that the sky can't possibly fall. So this one guy, the builder, builds this giant tower to keep the sky from falling, and supposedly the Tower of Babel, and that keeps the sky from falling. And the whole thing is a reference to the fact that while everyone's talking about the Armenian genocide, no one believes that it's actually happening. So while he's reporting on the Armenian genocide, and so it makes sense, but it's
a really roundabout way.
It's a stupid way to do it, and it's just
over
the top. And there's
it makes air quote sense.
There's they have people with dancing with fabric and it's crazy and weird costumes.
And how is it selling?
It's not.
But didn't you say they extended it?
They did extend it. The thing about the show is that it's my theater is not producing it. We had a gap in our schedule because I can't remember what show was supposed to be in that gap, but the rights got pulled for it last minute for some reason, and we needed a show to come in. And these people were looking to put up a show, so it's a separate production separate companies producing it. And the guy who wrote it is producing it. He's a lawyer who specializes in personal injury lawyer and specializes in like class action lawsuits. So he has a lot of money. He's like a Forbes 100 lawyer, and he gets paid a lot.
Oh wow!
And this is like his hobby.
This is something he's been working on for 10 years. This musical. He
That's
used
a
to work.
long
He used to work for
time.
the UN apparently, and he met someone there who told him about like what this story from the Armenian genocide. So.
Dang.
Yeah, that's intense.
Yeah, I mean, but he's not a writer, and it's just like the language in it's really bad, and like not every musical song in musical theater needs to rhyme every single verse, but he does.
True.
I disagree.
Yeah, but when you force
I'm kidding entirely. I absolutely agree.
So
That was
It's
very
not
much
gonna
really
awkward.
bad
Very
rhymes
much
in there,
a
and
joke.
it's just so annoying to listen to, and every day it's just harder and harder to listen to it. But
You're almost free,
One
my
more
friend.
week.
Hang on. Hang on.
well, that was my bitching about the show I'm currently working on. But
Do you
Jessie,
feel
tell
like
us some more about the show that you're going to be working on.
Okay. I wrote it. And to describe it, I would have to pronounce French words, which very soon I'll need to do with ease. However, I haven't been practicing French. It is called La Maupin, the story of Julie Daubigny.
That has a ring to it. I like it.
Thank you.
I have no idea what it's about, but the
She
name
was like
grabbed
in the
me. So.
17th
Oh, she will
century
tell you, and
swordswoman.
you will be so
17th
excited to
century
go to see it.
swordswoman, opera singer, bisexual, total rogue who went, did like a lot of crazy shit back in the day. And our musical covers just about all of it.
And by back in the day, how far back in the day?
17th century France.
Nice.
So like way back in the day.
Yeah. The most famous story about her is one time she was like dueling in a tavern for coins, and then she met this hot chick, and they like made out and boned, and then the chick's parents were like, "Oh my god, lesbians!" and they put the chick in a convent. So Julie took the holy orders and then went to that convent, and then kidnapped the nun and burned down the convent, and then just like they hung out and enjoyed his company for 3 months.
Out.
So that they Netflixed and
out.
chilled.
They had a passionate affair.
That is a likewise very, very casual musical. I like it.
Yeah, it's very casual indeed. It's going to be really easy for me to do. I'm not concerned at all. But it's exciting. This week I posted the casting call on Backstage, and so I've been going through headshots and trying to... Yeah, because, I wasn't really sure we'd get such a great response to it because we're barely paying them anything, and it's asking a lot. It's a very challenging show. But of course, we've already gotten 60 applicants, and I posted it yesterday.
Wow.
And I'm only...
Well, give me a sec. I'll go submit.
Please do. I'll give you a slot because I know you. But otherwise, you're going through all these headshots, and it's I feel really bad for actors. My friends here who are actors, here's a true story that happened yesterday, okay? Because Backstage is really neat, and you can look at the headshots and sort them into yes or no, or maybe with notes. And so I was sorting the people I was highly interested in to yes, so Jared could look at it and we could talk about those people later. And I was reading about this girl, and she was she knows stage combat, and she's got an operatic background, and she seemed really chill, and I was put her in yes, but I guess I didn't click yes because immediately she disappeared. And she's just gone. I can't find her again. I don't
Oh no.
I'll never find her again, and she'll never know. She just submitted.
She will have no idea.
And she'll have no idea. She'll think I'm the worst, or it's just one of those things. But really, I was very interested. So poor actors, maybe it's not always that you're not good enough. Maybe you're idiot.
It may just be a technical
click
error.
the X instead of the thumbs up, and you're gone forever, and I'll never find her. So that's my tragic story of the week, friends. But other than that, it's been pretty fun.
I do see your listing on Broadway World, though. I did not see it on Backstage, but...
Read real fast. There are a lot of non-equity musicals, I guess, going up in New York this summer.
Oh, really?
Like, as soon as I posted it, it was like, post after.
That's the summer, yeah. It's people in New York out of New York. And
Truth. But that's fine. I could already fill all 5 hours, and I'll probably have to schedule more just so I can see
there you go.
more people.
They leave New York and come out to places like mine, and bum it for 3 weeks and then go back to New York. So
that's real.
Summer stock. It's how
summer stock.
Get there.
Summer stock. Yes.
But I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to be fun, and I'm going to direct it, and that's cool for me because I haven't directed anything since Subculture, Morgan, last.
I am familiar with that production. Yeah, like a year ago, like over a year ago. I know. Can you believe it?
Time for me to get back in the game.
I should probably say how I know all of you. Or how we're connected to each other. So Jessie and I, we've known each other, what do we say, 11 years?
I think 11 years. We go way back.
We went to elementary school together, in elementary through high school.
High school. Mm-hmm. And Owen has 2 siblings, all of whom I'm very good friends with.
Mm-hmm. She happens to be my sister's best friend, and how it works in my family is if you're friends with one of us, you're friends with all of us.
It's a good package deal for me, too. Because one of them is usually home in New Jersey. Not currently.
I was home. Jessie and when I spent months just hanging out because we were both unemployed. And then I went and got a job. Like a crazy person.
How dare you?
I know.
So rude, Owen.
I brought my own friend Morgan from California, and she too got a job out of state.
Which is how Jessie and Morgan know each other.
Yeah.
And how I met Morgan.
Hey.
Yeah. Back from California, we were in the same apprenticeship program at Capital Stage last year.
Yeah,
okay.
I kidnapped Morgan everywhere.
Yep. I was definitely kidnapped.
She did steal your blender.
Morgan
yes, she broke into my house and stole my blender. Snuck it out the back door while my mom wasn't looking.
True story. Mom would be like, "What are you taking your blender outside for?" And like, "Well, I'm moving across the country."
I wasn't prepared to have that conversation, so
the blender had to go out the back door.
The blender had to go out the back door when nobody was looking.
How about you and Tony, Owen?
Tony and I met when we did our internship at McCarter Theater in Princeton, New Jersey together.
Yeah, we did. Even if I'm a Pennsylvania boy, I lived in Jersey for a year.
Nice.
I came home to New Jersey, which is because McCarter happens to be 10 minutes from my house. It's convenient. I was company management. Tony was production management, so we saw each other a lot. And
I bet.
Pretty much we hung out with each other when we didn't want to work.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was pretty much just
that's an apprenticeship, definitely staple.
Yeah,
just find other apprentices and hide somewhere until you can continue.
Mm-hmm.
Until you can make yourself continue.
I don't want to deal with stage management right now, so I'm going to go hide in production management office.
Real.
And a lot of people came in hand in our office too.
I hid out with you more than you came to hide out with me.
That's because my office was on the opposite side of the building.
Yeah,
and so everyone came to hang out in my building.
We hid in the girls' bathroom and had a dance party. So
we did, because there's nowhere to hide at Capitol Stage.
Nope.
Yeah. So we hid in the bathroom.
Find you. They will find. If they want to find you, they will find you.
It's true.
Yeah, I currently do not have a space of my own at my current job. There's the admin office, but the company manager has a desk. I don't have a desk. And I have 2 mailboxes, though. I have a mailbox with the production mailboxes and one with the admin mailboxes.
Hey.
But I don't have my own space
Look at you.
to put things.
You can't just.
But you have
your
2 mailboxes.
You put one leg in either mailbox, and you just put a blanket over your face.
Perfect. I don't have a mailbox at all. So
yeah, I was gonna say I don't have a mailbox either. They just throw the mail in.
I don't have a job.
I just don't get mail. I don't know. I'm just overhire, so they
You don't have an
don't remember I'm there half the time.
We have an overhire.
They do
mailbox.
not. They don't.
If they did, I would send you mail. I would mail you like a potato, and I'd be like, to Morgan. You can do that.
I mean, okay.
Potatoes. You can just put stamps on them and write an address on the potato.
You can.
And they will mail your potato. That is true.
Why do you know that?
I've seen this.
It's a very important thing to know. I'm shocked you haven't mailed any potatoes in your lifetime.
I'm so sorry. I'm not even sure I could mail stuff from my current apartment location. Like, I'm not sure there's like a place to send outgoing mail. I literally have to take my potato to the post office and mail it there.
The man. Here you are, sir.
That is worth the trip to the post office, I would say.
I think so.
Just to mail the potatoes.
It's performance art. Your interaction with the mailman is performance art for the people in line.
Yeah, there you go.
So modern.
As I try to convince the mailman to take the potato from me, and he's like, no. And I'm like, take the potato.
All he has to do is mark it as perishable.
Mm-hmm. It's not his fault if anything happens to it.
True. Potatoes are perishable. So.
Boy, are they.
But.
Oh, my.
So, we've been talking a lot about theater, but since this podcast is not just about theater, it's also about
video games.
Video games.
Another thing we all have in common.
Hey.
The happy parts of our lives.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much when
What
we're
we
not
do when
all
we're
doing theater, we
unemployed.
go home and we play video games. It's, yeah.
Yes.
So,
What's
Jessie,
everybody playing?
Yeah,
Oh,
what's
me.
everyone playing? I mean, Morgan currently.
I'm not playing anything right now,
Morgan
guys.
Morgan left her
still
PS4 with me.
Jessie has
thing
been
for me.
playing my video games.
Yes, I
Jessie, what
have.
have you been playing with since Morgan's not there?
Well, as soon as Morgan left, I did beat Dragon Age for the first time. I completed all of it.
Which one?
Inquisition, it's absolutely my favorite game, and I love it, and I compare everything to it. But I did want to switch to keep up with you people who play things that are not Nintendo. So I switched to Skyrim, thinking to like go through and like get an idea of what it was, and then maybe move on to Fallout or Syndicate. But instead, I've dropped maybe 3,000 million hours into Skyrim because I can't stop playing it.
That's the bare minimum number of hours that you can put
There's
into
so much
Skyrim.
to do.
So.
I want to be a part of everything that there is. I did graduate Bard's College for you, Owen, but I feel deeply
Yes.
betrayed by the program, which involves no musical education at all. I feel like they have really poor standards. It was just like, please go do dangerous things. Oh, okay, you're a bard. It's like, am I? They have
You
a lot
learned
of faculty
you
in
learned
that
so little.
Right? I felt betrayed. Because at least at the Magic College, you get to listen to, like, one lecture, and then you get, like, one basic task before you, like, fall into a horrible, dangerous situation where my professor was very unhelpful. He was like, you go ahead and deal with the dangerous thing. I'm gonna look at this tomb over here. And I was like, thanks, bro. I joined the college yesterday. Do you think I'm ready? I just learned how to use scrolls, so... But okay. Worked out all right. I made it through. But you know, Skyrim is really hard. Sometimes I get, like, I really want to beat something and I, like, can't. They keep murdering me and I won't make the setting any easier because I'm really, like, competitive and stubborn like that. And, I don't know if I really like that or sometimes, like, I really am going to end.
That's just Bethesda games.
You just have to level up enough to do it.
Yeah.
Like in Fallout, it's like that too. When you're on different parts of the map, if you get too far away from where you started, like suddenly the people or the things you're fighting are like way hard, and you're like, "There's no way.
just
There's no
leave
way
and go
I can
back.
do this."
Come back.
Yeah. It makes
You
sense,
go
but I guess
do other
I'm so
stuff
used to
and
like a
come back.
linear story at least. Like in Dragon Age, it's like, click on this if you're these levels. And here I'm just like, oh god, I came so
Oh,
far.
yeah.
This is a horrible mistake.
What Dragon Age?
Where am I? What are you people?
I mean, Dragon Age is expansive, but it's not really sandboxy in the same
Yeah.
way that like
That is a great
Skyrim
way to think
is.
about it. Yeah, Bethesda
You know?
games are just sandbox wise. Like I think I haven't played Fall Rim in like Fall Rim. Yeah, mix them together.
I want to play
That's
Fall
fine. That
Fall
sounds
Rim. No,
fun.
I haven't played Fallout 4 in months because of
Yeah.
other stuff. But I was like level 25 and hadn't done the main story mission yet, like at all. So it's
Yeah,
Well,
I never
I-
finished
that's so okay.
the story in Fallout 4 because there was a decision I just didn't want to have to make.
Oh
It
yeah.
involved going against the person who I was currently in a relationship with, and so I was like, No.
Yeah, I hate following the main storylines in games like that because I'm so paranoid about missing out on other parts of the game. And I haven't played Skyrim all the way through to the end of their actual storyline, but I did play Fallout 4 all the way through once. Mm-hmm. And then I was just like, because you can keep playing once you're done. Like, you can go back and do all the other quests, but like for me, I don't
not all.
To. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, well, because
some of your decisions stay.
Once you've destroyed some things, you certainly cannot.
They don't come back.
Play them, but like, I don't like to play past the end of the story.
I totally agree.
So I just ended up going back and making a new character and then playing again.
Yeah. I had that same with Dragon Age. I was going to go back and like kill the rest of the dragons. I was really close, but like all the fun immediately seeped out of it, and everybody I talked to was like, "What, are you done?" Like they had one word to say to me. They were like, "Hey," yeah. And I was like, "Are we still bros though? Can I still ask you personal questions?" What's going on? No. I feel like I shouldn't be here. Like I'm done, and they all know it. And they're like, "Why are you? Could you leave though?
Don't you have a life or something else to do?"
Party. And that was like, we were telling you something. Can you? Bye. I agree with that.
Yeah.
What are you playing, Tony?
I've been playing a lot of games that I used to kill time. It's really unfortunate. There's nothing. I got ukulele because I was one of the backers 2 years ago now.
How was that? I've heard mixed things.
It's much before the nostalgia. Everyone's like, "Yeah, cool nostalgia. It's Banjo-Kazooie again," which it is. And
wait, there's Banjo-Kazooie again?
It's a lot of people. It's a rare, like the studio rare.
Yeah.
Revival. It's a lot of the same.
I used to play Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie.
Exactly, and it's a lot of the same designers and all that stuff, and it's very fun. It is very, very fun, but all the things that are wrong with Banjo-Kazooie, the one that bothered me the most was that the video, like the way the videos worked. So if you weren't holding it correctly, it'll just shift the video camera, and it'll mess you up.
Yes,
and they didn't fix that.
That's rough.
Yeah, my understanding of it is that like it looks better, like visually, like the graphics and stuff. It's a better version, but they didn't fix the gameplay at all.
Not at all, but it was very fun. That's the most recent new game I've gotten.
Well, that's awesome.
I play a lot of Destiny. I play a lot of when my computer decides it wants to work. I play a lot of Civ as well because I love a good strategy game. That's what I was playing before I took this call. So it's just big time dumpsters that you still, even if you like, you could spend 4 hours like I did today playing the same mission and it isn't over. So the same game and it's not over, and it's a good time if you like conquering the world.
I've tried to do Civilization. I can never like commit to it.
You need to commit to it, exactly.
Oh yeah, I used to play Civilization when I was younger with Jared and Evan, and we would like name the towns all stupid names, and we would laugh really hard.
That's half the fun too, and you could set it really easy and just blow everybody.
You blow through it, yeah.
And you just blow through it. You can blow them all up. I've been doing challenges because there are different ways to. They're self-imposed challenges, but I tried to win as a religious victory, which is literally convert the entire world to your religion, which is really crazy. It's really hard but very fun. And then there's times that I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna wait until I get nukes and then just nuke everybody, just everyone, and that's fun.
It's really fun to do, yeah. If I play for real, it's always like a science victory, but sometimes you're just like, what if everyone was dead but me, though? And I took their nice cities, and they were my nice cities.
Exactly. Like, you know what? What if every possible...
You're like, I think I could do that. I think I could make that many tiny army people.
So I think that neither of you should ever be leader of the free world, is what I'm hearing here.
I don't know. I think we do better than our current.
Well, I mean, let's not try to compare anyone.
Let's not get into politics. That's not what this podcast is about. I'm sure we all have a lot to say.
That's very much a different podcast.
Yes.
But
everything is about it these days.
We could probably rant for hours about
that. Let's invite
Absolutely.
Let's not do that right now.
Ow.
Let's talk about what I'm currently playing.
Yes.
what
One
did
quick
you
political
learn?
thing.
Yes.
One quick political thing. Oh, and remember that time we had 4 screens watching the Iowa caucus in my living room?
Yes.
we were like, yeah, cool, caucus. We got some wings. We just sat in our living room. We're like, what's happening?
So we watched
Pulling our hair
CNN,
out.
Fox, like NBC.
CNN, Fox, NBC, and one other, like BBC or
You guys
something.
are doing
was,
it right.
Yeah.
it's the nerdiest thing I did in a while.
Then we went to Buffalo Wild Wings for
It wasn't. It might have been. Oh,
Super
who was it? It was the
Tuesday.
next one.
we went for Super
It was
Tuesday.
Super Tuesday. We
Yeah.
did go for Super Tuesday. That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
Those were the days. A simpler
good times.
time.
But,
So what are you playing, Owen?
my go-to games currently are kind of like Tony's games that I just like kill time. Well, they don't kill time in the sense that like they take a long time, but they're like things like, okay, I can play quickly and I can go just like a couple rounds. I play them in between, like when I have to do shows and stuff like that. So currently, Battlefield Hardline, which I think I'm like one of like 20 people in the world who still play it. I just enjoy it. I know the game's not that great, but I enjoy it, and I'm kind of good at it. So I'm like, I find a game that I'm good at online, and I'm like, well, I have to keep playing because God knows if I try and do somewhere else, then. And that and Rocket League are my two. Like, okay, get a quick round in before I have to do something.
I can't.
I cannot play Rocket League. It makes me so infuriated.
Is that the one with the cars and the soccer ball?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I'm
the
with
thing
you.
I like the most about Rocket League is that no one gives a shit if you rage quit. If you just leave in the middle of a match, no one's gonna care.
That's it. I'm out.
I leave half the time. Like when I like come into a match and we're losing like 5-0. I'm like, nope, I'm out. I'm not sticking around for the end of this. I don't need to do it. Matches are only 5 minutes. No one cares because you're replaced by a bot automatically.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm so bad at racing games.
It's not a racing game, but
car-based games. I meant.
No, it took me a while to get.
I suck so bad at them.
But no,
I really
to be-
enjoyed them when I was like younger, when we would play like Gran Turismo
Oh, God, I can't
and
do Gran Turismo.
games like that, because I would play them with like my brother and my dad.
Mhm.
And I thought they were fun. Like the actual racing is fun, or like even like Mario Kart.
I'm not even
you know,
good at
like
Mario
the
Kart.
actual
I'm terrible at Mario
racing
Kart.
is fun, but oh my gosh, with Rocket League, I can't control it enough to like get it to do any. Yeah,
That's real.
I never hit the ball. By the time I get to the ball, it's like already halfway across the field, and I'm just
Did anyone
over
play
it.
Rush when they were a kid? N64 Rush.
I didn't have an N64. You know I didn't have an N64.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
That's
Jessie.
a really funny game that makes me laugh that I replayed when I was in California with my N64 out of storage. That made me laugh. It sucks now. Oh my god, it's the fucking worst. Wait, do we swear on this? I think I swore a lot already.
Yeah, no, we swear on this.
Yay!
It's theater and gaming.
God damn it!
Woo! Thank
So those are the
God.
two games I go back to the most, but other games I'm playing, I've been getting into Battlefield 1 lately, mainly because like, oh look, I'm doing this musical about World War One, and I just bought Battlefield 1, and I've been playing it online.
Armenian genocide.
Yeah. But I've been
Sorry.
Not a laughing matter. Not a
No.
laughing.
I
matter.
know. I
when I
laugh
first
because
got the
of my
game,
calculation.
when I first got the game, I didn't play it that often because playing online I was terrible. But now that I'm slowly getting better, it's becoming more enjoyable because I don't die
Yes,
like every 5 seconds.
as it does.
Because I've learned to stop being an assault class because just running in and I will die if I just try and run into the heat of things. So I've become a sniper, and it's been so much easier.
Now,
Yeah.
you say sniping's easy.
It's not easy.
I was gonna say easier, but I can't for the life of me snipe either. I'm very much a shotgun person when it comes to.
That's
when it
Well,
comes to shooting
shotguns are
games.
great because you're close, and then
Yeah.
they have like such a wide.
Exactly.
I learned
range.
to be a
You may not
sniper
kill him with a
while
hurt.
I was unemployed. Like I took
That's
that
fair.
time to when
That's
I was
real.
playing Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 1. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna teach myself to be a sniper in online gaming,
That's fair. I mean, that's an investment.
especially in like Battlefield.
Yeah.
Battlefield, like with the big maps and stuff, where you can like hunker down and like snipe. Not like Call of Duty, where if you like try and hunker down somewhere to snipe, you'll be dead in 2 seconds.
I haven't played
Yeah.
a Call of Duty game since Ghost, and that's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm-
But
No
sniping
one's
is always a life skill. I switched almost to sniping in Skyrim even because I would meet somebody I really couldn't kill, but like I'd really want to, even though it was way higher level than me. So I would like hide on a balcony and like shoot it with arrows, and it would look for you, right, with that eye. And then it would be like, I guess it was nothing. And he's got like an arrow sticking out of his face. And you shoot him like 8 more times, and he'll be like, I guess it was my imagination. And I'm like, there are 9 arrows in your face.
Being an archer in Skyrim is always
That
fun,
is
though.
that is a very common thing in Skyrim. It's like, you know what? I'm going to use magic this time. No, you're not. You're going to snipe. You're going to be an archer.
Just gonna crawl around being an
Yeah.
archer.
Laugh in Skyrim is when you're like fighting somebody, and then you like pause the game, and you're like, whoa, hold on, and you eat like 7 bow legs and 16 bags of flour and 200 apples, and you're like, just wait, no, I'm not ready yet. And then you're like, okay, I'm better.
This is why I love Skyrim, and as opposed to like playing Elder Scrolls Online, where you can't pause and do things like that. I'm not into online games. You can't stop the whole world and rearrange everything in the middle of a battle, and I'm not into that. Like, I want to be able to change all of my weapons mid-battle. I want to be able to drink all the potions, eat all the food. When I was playing Elder Scrolls Online, I would get so frustrated because, like, I'd have, like, they'd only let you carry, like, 4 potions, and I'd, like, go through them, and then I would die. And that was just the end of it. And I was like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Plus, online,
I'm not
you
an
have to,
online
like,
gamer.
interact with other people who, like,
That's
maybe
the
you
whole
haven't
thing
already
about,
have
Elder Scrolls
to,
Online
but-
is that it's kind of like they made it to be like an MMO, and so like if you don't have like a clan, you're pretty much doomed.
It's not worth it. Yeah.
Got
I mean,
you.
If
I
you
think
don't,
it's really cool, but
they're really laying into the social gamer aspect of it. Is you need, hey,
I do
you're
not
playing
game
online, you're sitting in
for
front of,
social.
yeah, you're playing online with strangers, but you should also try to be part of their world too. You have to talk with them.
I just
That's
think
why I
it's
never got
so
into Warcraft
funny.
because I was like, I don't have people to play
You
with.
need like a guild. Well, one
Yeah.
day maybe we should all play a game together. That would make an interesting
that would be good.
film sort of thing. Here's a guild. Who will be my guild? And then we can film a short theater piece called The Guild. Actually, Felicia Day already did that, and I love it.
Yeah,
could do it.
don't
No.
plagiarize
There are no-
her.
Would
There
never-
are no new ideas.
That's the truth.
And one game I just finished that I think we should have a discussion and concept about. I just finished replaying Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1 because Telltale Walking Dead Season 2 just as was a free game for gold. And I'd played
Tell me
through
what this is.
well, Telltale makes games that are story based, and it's not some. It's kind of like it's people debate whether it's a video game or not.
Because you like go through a story, but you're like doing some
You're
of it.
making decisions
Yeah.
and like looking. And it's like a point and click thing, kind of.
Yeah, I think both of them are actually on the season 1, and I think I have season 1 and season 2 on the PlayStation. And I think they're fun, but they're like, if you like that type of gaming where it's literally like watch a scene and then you
Then make
press
your
a button
choice.
and then maybe you walk around for a little while and like have to find some things or get through an area that's filled with zombies and you have to like make a choice to go here or there. But it's not like you're really playing the game. It's more like you're watching a movie and then
Or
playing.
participating.
I mean, I guess
playing a
they're
role.
fun, but it's just really not like I get bored with them. I'm like, okay, I'd rather just watch a
From like
movie.
a theater perspective, I enjoy that kind of like, especially Telltale has some of the best writers you'll see in video games.
I've been told that. I've been told Telltale's writers are the best. So I don't.
Yeah,
I've never tried. Yeah. So
It
I'd be
reminds me
down
of-
for that.
didn't you play a different one by them, Owen? The werewolf one that you
Yeah.
really liked?
Wolf Among Us. That's a great one too. That's like fairy tale creatures in modern day New York.
Yeah, but
it's pretty great.
I like that premise. But like the gameplay reminds me of like if you ever played I think it's called Between Two Souls. The one that had, anyways, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Between Two Souls. It has the girl who was in Juno is the one who voiced the character, and they
I
like
heard about
molded
this
it
game,
after
but
her.
I think this
But
was
if
a
that
PS4
seems-
exclusive. That's why I didn't play.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
I could be
Because I think it
wrong.
was by the same people who did Heavy Rain, which is another one I didn't play. But it's that same sort of gameplay where, like, your choices really do affect the outcome of the game. Like, there's, like, dozens of endings that you could get depending on, like, how you choose to play, or depending on if you, like, you know, who accidentally dies because you don't press a button fast enough. But it is that sort of, like, you watch a cutscene for a long time and then you maybe, like, push a couple buttons and then you watch a cutscene.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there's something cool about those games, but I also think, like, I don't know. I think I like to interact a little more with the games. Like, maybe I have control issues. Maybe I like to just control my games.
Video games are art, like, in a big way, and it's kind of like
Absolutely.
what art moves you. Like, is it more of a story, or is it more of, like, an interactive experience? And so none of it is wrong. It's more like a personal preference. Sure. And I hate when people judge video games. I really do consider them an art. I mean, like, you play Dragon Age.
Well, there are bad video games. We're not going to say you can judge video games all you want.
Like, when we went to that museum, Morgan, and we saw, like, those and those weren't art at all to me. But to someone, they
were art. To me, they were something entirely different. They were just neon tubes.
A lot in these games. I mean, it's, like, insane. There are whole worlds that are so immersive. And,
yeah, absolutely.
You know, people thought that, you know, when movies were invented, they were like, oh, so disgusting. No one's going to read books now. Go enjoy our trash. But, you know, movies obviously are art now. And I think, you know, as we discover new things, someday we'll be old and we'll be like, 4D immersive body boxing is so...
Kids these days.
It's teaching kids to be horrible. Like our one generation with video games, the high form of...
No, it's true.
I'm going to use that as a segue. Oh, well,
I'm so down for 4D body boxing, though. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to take that into a segue about what games we're most looking forward to come out in the future.
There you go.
Technology.
I'm excited for the sequel to The Last of Us. That one will be very fun, I think.
The one reason I want to get a PS4 is because I want to play The Last of Us.
That game I really liked that game. I played it on the PS3 and then I rebought it, the remastered version, for the PS4, and I started to play through it again. And it has, like, such a great story to it, and it's, like, actually kind of a challenging game to complete. I mean, depending on obviously what settings you put it on, but the story's so good and it's so interesting. And it's, you know, there are a million zombie stories out there right now, and I think it's, like, a little bit different than some of the other ones. People debate
whether or not it's even a zombie story, because they're still alive. It's just an infection with fungus kind of thing.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Spoilers, man.
That's not a spoiler.
I've never played the game. I don't know.
Well, it'll be like the first thing you learn. So
yeah.
I guess
I'm not actually mad. It's okay.
I'm trying to think if they ever put out a new Kingdom Hearts. I will be very excited about that. But I've been waiting for 10 years, so I'm not holding my breath.
Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
There is a new Kingdom Hearts, isn't there?
Like, she knows that, but, like, the fact that it's been delayed for, like, 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
For 3 years? The last one they put out in, like, the last real Kingdom Hearts. That wasn't, like,
since they have confirmed
Game Boy.
Kingdom Hearts 3, it's been delayed over and over and over again.
So many times. And I know they put out games for, like, the DS and, like, other consoles that they have, like, converted into the PlayStation, but it's not the same.
That's another has it that they've set a hard 2018 release date, and they said that rumor has it they've said that they will release it whether it's finished or not.
I believe it when I see it.
They're just fucking with you. They've broken your trust too many times. Don't believe it. They're like,
what about? Oh, and then if they put out a new Elder Scrolls, that would be really exciting. That's Elder Scrolls Online.
Say it's Morrowind is coming, but it's going to be online, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not completely anti-online, and I do think there are really interesting... Like, I love that with Elder Scrolls Online, like, you get to explore the entire map. You're not just stuck to, like, one part of it. Although I think you have to buy, like, packs in order to explore some of the regions. But I think that's cool, and there's, like, so many things you can do. But I would love for them to just put out like a standalone game that you don't have to play online, because I don't play video games to be social. I play them specifically to be antisocial. So
that's real, bro.
If I want to be social, I could do that somewhere else.
Like here with us on this podcast.
Exactly. But yeah, what about you guys? What are you looking forward to?
I know what Tony's looking forward to.
Destiny 2. I'm so excited.
They just released the Destiny 2 gameplay footage this past week, so...
Nice.
I literally was sitting at my desk because it was at 1 p.m. our time. I was sitting at my desk at 12:30, and one of my carpenters texted me and said, "Hey, I've got all my paperwork. When's good to come in? I'm free after 1." I said 3 because I wanted to sit and watch this. I was sitting at my desk and said, "I'm sorry, I will work if you show up, but no, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to eat my lunch and watch this thing." And I thought I was ready, but I was not. It's going to be so good. And just, Destiny is really. It sounds much more like, I guess, cheesy than it really is. When I worked with Owen, actually, I really wasn't at. Didn't like the work I was doing. Really didn't like my boss. But that's a whole other story. But but I'd come home at the end of a really long day and play Destiny with my friends. So it made it worthwhile, and it was a lot of fun.
Sometimes I'd be there. Most
and
of the time,
sometimes Owen gave up because we were much better than him.
They committed hard to Destiny. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get to their level, and it was just embarrassing when I tried to play with them. So, but once Destiny 2 comes out and we'll have like the same starting point, I'm hoping that like we can go toe to toe.
Two of my friends played it. Were beta testers for it.
Cool.
So when it came out in earnest, they said, "Hey, you're playing this, and here's how you're going to play it." I was like, "Okay," and then I stuck right on in. I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited. Not even just a game. I'm excited to save the money up to buy. My Steam library has 312 games, and I can run about a dozen of them. So,
wow.
Just because bundles and things like that, and it's they used to be able to run it, and now it's not because I have a 5-year-old laptop. So I'm excited, and I don't want to be a PC.
Yeah.
Destiny 2 is September, and I already pre-ordered it and paid it off in full. I'm so
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Destiny 2. There's so many great games coming out this fall. Destiny 2 is coming out. South Park, The Fractured But Whole, or Fractured But Whole. If you ever played if you're a fan of South Park, play the original South Park: The Stick of Truth. It was hilarious. It had so many inside jokes to people who, if you didn't watch South Park, you wouldn't get, but because you did,
it felt like another episode.
It was just so good.
It was of the show. It was so good.
So that's coming out in October. Call of Duty World War II. I'm not a big Call of Duty person, but since it's going back to like old school Call of Duty, I'm intrigued about whether or not I want to buy it or not. I think I'm going to wait on it. But I like the old school Call of Duty, like World War II games. Like those were some of the first video games I played. So that's pretty cool. And then November, Star Wars Battlefront 2 comes out.
Hey.
Tony and I both pre-ordered Star Wars Battlefront when it came out. It was 2 years now, right?
Just one, I think.
Has it been only a year?
By the time the new one comes out, it'll be 2.
Yeah. Well, we both pre-ordered that, and we're like, because like Kingdom Hearts 2, we were waiting 10 years for them to make another Star Wars Battlefront. And when they did it, we like jumped at the chance to get it because it looked amazing. And visually, it was amazing.
It was pretty. Yeah.
And that's about it. The gameplay was... You got bored very easily. That's the problem with it.
Mm-hmm. You couldn't... There was no story either, so
there was
you
no
had to play
single-player
online.
campaign, so you had to play online.
Got you.
And then that just got old after a while.
And that was
Yeah.
I really think that was its major downfall was that you had to play with people.
Mhm.
You could get better on your own. You had to. Yeah, it was only trial by fire, and so.
But this new one,
But it's still very
a
pretty.
story that looks amazing. And so like people are saying it's going to be really good. I'm probably not going to pre-order it just because I learned my lesson from last time. But I think I'm going to get it because it looks like it's going to be amazing.
I have to pre-order it. I want it to be well, and I know connecting theater to gaming here. I know that pre-orders actually still go to the funding for the game itself. It's the same with the subscribers in a theater go towards the season. It's that same kind of thing. So if there's more pre-orders, there's more money going into the project, and so
That's real and true.
yeah.
And that's why you should all subscribe to your local theaters. What will you see this season?
Please, no one who we're sending this podcast to was going to be able to afford to be a subscriber to a theater. They can maybe afford to pre-order a video game. They can't afford to subscribe to a theater.
But
Well, I guess it
I
depends
can't
on
afford
which theater.
I can't afford to subscribe to the theater.
I think Capstage did a student subscription rate, but I don't think I knew anybody.
See, like I know there's places like Roundabout who have like the 30 under 30 deals and stuff like that, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Those all the time. HipTix, 30 under
Hiptix,
30.
yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, they do it here too, but they do it 40 under 40. But then Music Circus now has a 35 under 35 club that I've never seen them have before. But it's so cool because Music Circus is this summer stock theater that I worked at in California.
It's musicals, but they're in the round. It was nuts.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really love it. And I think the productions are like super high quality. But the tickets are expensive because it's live theater.
I only saw one
so-
because Morgan got me into a rehearsal.
Yeah, that's how I've seen most of them. Is either I've worked them or I have gotten into a dress rehearsal or I've known somebody. But yeah, now they have this 35 under 35 thing where you get a ticket, you like sign up to their club, and you can purchase the ticket for $35, and then they either have a like before the show cocktail party for the people in this club, or they give you a $20 gift certificate to a certain restaurant so you can go have like a meal. So basically
Get in the car. We're going back to California.
I know, right? So basically you're getting this ticket for $15 if you put in like how much money they're giving you back. I mean, I'm sure that those gift certificates are donated by the restaurants in the area to get people to come in. But it's still like such a cool deal to get young people to go see theater because it's hard, because it's expensive. Like I spend stupid amounts of money to go see theater, but I'm dedicated. Not everybody's as dedicated as
or we'll put in the time to like rush something. Yeah, me and Morgan recently went to New York at 1 a.m. and stayed there all night long so we could be first in line to get tickets for Sunday in the Park with George, which we did, which was awesome. But it did take 10 hours in like cold. It was a good time.
It's not like it was wasted time either, because the people, everybody who was going to get tickets for that performance was there by like what, 2:30 in the morning?
2:30, 3. Yeah.
Wow.
It was the five of us. For each getting 2 tickets. They had 10 tickets.
Oh wow. My only rush story that I've been very lucky and won a lot of the lotteries, which is kind of cool.
So Hamilton.
I sure did.
What? No. Oh, is this your friend who did it on the first try?
Yeah, that was the first try. Yeah.
He's the reason I stopped entering the lottery.
You've ruined Owen for it.
Go and submit for just yourself. Don't submit for more than one. That's how I always win.
Well, I can't.
So all the lotteries all the lotteries I've won were just because I requested one ticket. I think that was it. Anyway, I was in New York for an interview, and this interview was in an hour before when this was announced. So I'm freaking out, and I had this nice interview. It was a decent interview. Didn't get the job because they promoted from within, but the guy at the end of it said, "So what else are you doing in the city?" I was living in Philly. what are you doing in the city? And he said, at the risk of you hating me, I'm going to see Hamilton tonight. He's like,
See, that's why you didn't get the job.
What?
He goes,
was
what?
so
I was
jealous
like,
he couldn't bear to look at your face every day.
and he's like, what? He's like, what? And I told him how I did it, and he goes, I've lived in New York forever, and I didn't know that was a thing. So I was like, well, there you go. But I saw the one that I actually did rush was Something Rotten was still there. And I had my credit card out to pay for the ticket for Something Rotten, and I won the Fun Home lottery.
Oh my god!
So I got it. I looked at my phone, and I got it. And Fun Home had already announced that it was closing, and Something Rotten didn't. So I was like, I have to go see Fun Home. So I went
the right call.
I never got to see Something Rotten though, but I'm
Jesse's not a fan, so
I'm in Central PA, and the tour is coming to Hershey this year. So
you can see it with Rob McClure.
Great.
I can see it with Rob McClure. So what a guy!
Yeah.
So did you see Fun Home in the round?
I saw the Fun Home in the round. Yeah,
amazing. I saw it at the public. It was good.
I'm drawing a blank in his the main guy's name.
Michael Severus.
Thank you. I was right.
So good.
I was right where. Spoilers for that show. He gets hit by. It's the first dance number. He kills himself by walking in front of a truck. I was right where the spotlight hits him. That's supposed to be the truck's headlights. And he went in a matter of about 5 seconds. He went from panic to fear to acceptance to happiness in about 5 seconds. Is the best acting I've ever seen in my life.
Wow,
incredible!
Yeah,
I love
he's so good. When I got to see Fun
so
Home, when I also won the Fun Home lottery and got to see it.
Hey.
God.
Thank God, everyone's.
But I completely forgot that it was Michael Severus during the first act because I had seen Michael Severus do Sweeney Todd. And
Me too.
And this was so different. This was so far removed from Sweeney Todd.
He's so transformative. It's
that
insane.
I didn't even realize it was him.
I know, with the hair too. I think makes a big
That's
difference.
True.
But also
he's
the
usually
acting,
completely
definitely.
shaven. So
He's amazing.
He's so good.
Really.
But since we're back on theater and we're about an hour in, we should probably wrap up. We want to do Tony predictions.
Okay.
Even though none of us have seen any of the shows that are nominated.
Dear Evan Hansen and Batman.
Yeah.
But that's not what I want. But that's what's going to happen.
I really think Dear Evan Hansen is going to sweep because they've been talking about it since last Tony season. Like, it was new, but it's basically like the most hyped show since Hamilton. So I'll be surprised if Ben Platt doesn't win Best Actor for
everyone's
it.
pretty much saying Ben Platt is going to win for Dear
I'll be
Evan Hansen,
shocked if he doesn't.
There's talk about that Come From Away is going to surprise everyone and win Best Musical.
Really?
I've heard it's really good. I know nothing about
I've heard good things, and I've heard great things about the Great Comment too. But I still think that I think Dear Evan Hansen is too popular with the people. I think the votes. What?
Yeah,
what did you say?
Said shout out to Gino Carr, who is in the cast of Come From Away, who I did summer stock with.
Hey,
so connected. My God.
So I know 3 people on Broadway right now.
Yeah, well, Jen Coella, who's in this show, I think that's her name. Coella? Is that how you pronounce it? Anyway, she was in the production at Music Circus of Peter Pan that we did, and she played Peter Pan. Mm-hmm. It's so interesting to see people that you've worked with. Like, when we went and saw Sunday in the Park with George, like, I've worked with Philip Boykin, and you've seen Philip Boykin before.
I've met him. I haven't worked with him.
What a star.
So it's always so interesting to, like, see these people that you've worked with on Broadway.
I'm so jealous that you know Philip Boykin.
But,
I loved him in Porgy-and-Bess, and I loved him in Sunday in the Park with George.
Well, because he's amazing, and why wouldn't you love him?
So I'd like to see Come From Away win Best Musical, just because I want... Gino's not nominated for anything, because he's not the star of it, but I'd like to see it win just for that.
I would always love to see an upset.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool.
That, and I like the music from Dear Evan Hansen from what I've heard of it, and to my understanding, I feel that Natasha and the Great Comet is kind of overhyped. At least.
I didn't like it. I didn't see it, but listening to the music, I did not like it.
See, I know my parents saw it, and they didn't. They said it was good, but wasn't great. Especially, I know people who saw the off-Broadway version of it, where it was like an immersive thing, and apparently it was so much better. And not to
That's
say
what I heard too. It was better off Broadway.
that, and Josh Groban, like while he's great, he's a great singer and he does a great job with it. He doesn't fit the role. Like the role was supposed to be like this big, like this large, like burly guy, and then there's Josh Groban.
Yeah.
Who's
Patrick and Ben just saw it.
Yeah, they did.
And I had breakfast with them, and they loved it. They had a really good time.
But
well, it looks cool.
So they have my attention.
Well, have you seen like how they have this set?
Yeah,
it's like it's not like a straight like stage. It's like I don't know. It seems like a really interesting set. And I was reading about it, and they were talking about like depending on where you sit in the theater, there are things that are going to be happening that you can see that people in other parts of the theater can't see, like because they perform up in the mezzanine and they do this stuff so like people in the orchestra can't see stuff that's happening in the mezzanine. And I think that's so like you gotta see it more than once. Yeah, it has. Well, it's not the same. I was going to say replayability, but
yeah, Natasha and Pierre
rewatchability.
Natasha and Pierre will probably win a lot of design awards.
It looks cool. With
like the lights and the costumes, it'll probably win a lot of those.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Can we talk about how surprised I was that Groundhog Day has been nominated?
I heard it was really funny.
I've heard the guy.
But I was
the main guy is really good.
It won the Olivier Award.
That was shocking to me.
I've been listening to the soundtrack, and I'm actually like, because I just have been judgmental, and
I know, and you never
would
know.
Be stupid. But I've been listening to the soundtrack, and it's really good. Well, it's by the same guy who did Matilda, and it has some. Now I can't remember what I was going to say, so I'll continue with what you were saying.
No, but you're so right, because I do judge musicals that come from movies, because I frequently think, like, can you write anything new? I can just watch that movie. But people sometimes do a great job with it and find something new, like Heathers, which was based on a movie, but it's so much better than the movie. I can't even watch the movie, and I fucking love the musical.
Which you saw, they were putting up for a few shows in London.
And I think I told you to get in my flying car so we could fly to London and see it.
But
now, here's a question. I don't know Groundhog Day at all. I don't know. I'm scrolling up. I don't know Come From Away, and I don't know any of the best musicals this year. Which is a shame on me.
I know.
If I were to buy one of those soundtracks, which one should I do?
My vote's for Dear Evan Hansen, but that's because it's the only one I know songs from. Because you know me, I don't listen to soundtracks to shows I haven't seen.
Oh yeah, you don't.
But I've heard.
I didn't listen to Hamilton forever.
Still haven't listened to Hamilton. I know. I'm slowly
for just
breaking.
That reason.
I'm gonna break because
break. Do it. It's worth it.
I probably will break in the next year or so because it's gonna come to Proctor's, which is the touring house that's partnered with my theater.
Yeah.
But I won't be able to get tickets, and the fact that it's going to be there so close to me, and I can't go, even though I get staff tickets, but because they won't have any staff tickets because it's going to sell out within 5 seconds to subscribers.
Absolutely.
I'm going to die inside because like that would probably be my last chance to go see it.
Just go find a hole backstage.
There you go. Make a friend.
I would if I worked there, but I don't work there. They're just like the parent theater company for my theater. So I don't work there. I can't get backstage.
But at least, we're all very young, and Hamilton's going to be around literally until the world ends. So
it's going to be the next fact. It's going to run forever.
If you feel like making a road trip to Chicago, I know the guy who plays Lafayette and Jefferson in Chicago.
Let's get in the car right now.
In the car.
Everyone in the car. Chicago. I know we're in 4 different states, but let's get in the car right now.
Whenever I drive
I've only ever been to the airport in Chicago, so...
Chicago's it's actually a really nice city from last time I was there.
I have one friend there.
I have a couple friends there.
I don't have any friends.
Exactly one good friend.
Then I guess then we're looking after this year, looking towards musicals that are or shows that are coming for next year. There's going to be a lot. Frozen's supposed to be coming. Harry Potter's supposed to be coming.
Has anybody read that play?
I did.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot.
I'm mad at that play. I'll see it. I'll cut off my legs to see it. Don't get me wrong. Because how do they do the magic? I had a lot of problems with the script.
I liked it a lot. The only complaints I ever heard about it were it was harder to read. It's not a novel, and I was like, that's because it's a fucking play.
Yeah.
It's not a novel.
Like, this isn't a book. Like, well, they said it wasn't going to be a book. It's a script. Clearly, you've never read one before. But my problem with it was the fact that I like reading it and I'm like, there's no fucking way in hell anyone else outside of Broadway can do this show, which sucks because that pisses me off. Well, shows like that piss me off.
Also, like, I'm going to be real with you guys. I thought the script had a lot of problems.
Like, local theaters will not have the budget to be able to do the kinds of shit that the show requires. And I hate that.
It's apparently it's a lot of legit stage magic. It's not a lot of like CGI and not
that I would kill to see. I really would kill.
Like you need to have like a lot, like a theater that's like technologically advanced enough. You need to have crew that knows their shit to do this. It's a lot of hands-on. Lots of money, a lot of technology, so that's why that was my big issue with it because they
pull no punches. No, they're really like, and then they all point their wands at Harry, and he transfigures into someone totally different. And I'm like, what? How do you? He waves his wands, and everything's back. They jump off the train, and the ghost looks at them, and you're like,
while I was reading that from like a person who's worked backstage before, I was like, how the fuck do they do this? How the fuck do they do this? So it took me out of it for a little bit.
8,000
people problems, like a director, and I could not do it. Could not solve those problems. I was like, no.
Oh. So. And I also, I'm taking us away from Harry Potter, but I started
a pin for later, a different podcast.
So I started listening to the Amelie soundtrack today, and I really like it. I think it's a shame that they didn't get nominated for a single Tony and that they're closing their show after like a couple of months.
I agree. I think it really surprised me. I thought it was going to be a lot less special than it was. And I was surprised.
Thought, it's Philippa Sue, right?
But it was I went to see it for her, thinking like the rest of it, whatever. Like it's probably just for her. But you know, she was great. But I thought the show was really endearing, and it actually surprised me how much I had an uplifting time there when I'm really like a very cynical, pessimistic sort of human being, and I enjoyed it. I think they really got a tough rag.
Well, and it's sad because the lack of Tony nominations is probably what's shutting them down now.
Which is really, you know what happened? The last show that really that happened to that bothered me was Bridges of Madison County.
Yeah,
and it won Best Score for Tony, and then it closed before the Tonys even like performed.
Really?
Like, well performed, like a couple months, and it was Jason Robert Brown wrote it.
Who was in that? Wasn't they have someone?
Oh yes, Kelly O'Hara was the main woman.
Oh, okay.
And Stephen Pascal was the main guy.
Oh, who's engaged to Philippa Sue? Anyways, continue.
There you go.
Really?
And who was? Oh my word, Hunter Foster was her husband.
Foster.
Oh,
no,
Hunter Foster's her brother.
Her brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know she had a brother.
There you go. But the music was so. I mean, the music was very much the best part, and Bridges of Madison County is a classic romance novel and blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. But the music was best part because she's Italian. I love Kelly O'Hara, but she had no business playing an Italian woman. But it mixed like classical Italian with Midwestern country, and it did it so well and so well and so seamlessly, and not in like the songs themselves, but the show itself. And I love it. And it won Best Score, and Jason Robert Brown went up to the Tonys. They didn't televise this because he was so sassy when he was walking up when he was walking up to get his Tony. He said, "I hope you enjoyed the music because that's all you'll hear from Bridges tonight."
Sass.
That had the same kind of thing, as it didn't get really well received by the Tonys, and they're like, okay.
Well, I mean, like, the Tonys are great, and it's, like, great too. But, like, who's responsible for deciding what is, like, I don't know. Somebody in the cast I'm working on right now is like, it's stupid that we have awards for art anyways. Like, it's dumb that we're judging art. Like, what is the basis on which you're judging these against each other? Like, what makes this one better than this one? What makes this piece more impactful than that one? Like, why is, like, I feel like you can judge technical elements, you know, like you can decide like a little more when it comes to technical stuff, But when it comes to like art in itself, like it's so subjective. Like why are these people the ones who get to decide like what is important and what is impactful and what were the good shows of the year? Because
are you saying that Hamilton didn't deserve to win Best Musical?
I love
it clearly
Hamilton.
was.
If anyone
I love Hamilton.
When the president and first lady introduce your show's performance at the Tonys, you're gonna win. It's just
phenomenon. I mean, like,
and there are some times that, like, culturally, there's a consensus on like sort of what really strikes a nerve. But like, it just seems, I don't know. The Tonys, they're so subjective. Like, who gets to decide and whose bias is what, and I don't know. You talk about television awards being rigged all the time, but like,
how you become a Tony voter? What you have to like qualify for?
I don't know.
One of my distant dreams for when I'm 1 million years old in a robot body and still trucking at this profession.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
that is.
But yeah, I don't know. But it all comes down to like art being only worth as much as the money they get for it. So like,
I mean, Sunday in the Park with George didn't even like say like we don't even want to pay the money to.
Well, yeah, because they didn't have enough. They weren't running long enough to like give away the seats to the Tony voters.
Yeah,
which is great.
We're not going to push for it because like we just want to do this for this.
Yeah, it would have been insane in their short run. I mean, I'm sure we wouldn't have gotten rush tickets if they had given away.
Oh, absolutely not.
My goodness. But yeah, but it's good to think about too in the flip side, which is that just because you don't win awards or your show is closed early, it doesn't mean it didn't still mean something to someone. And like that alone can be like enough in our market.
That's what matters.
Person or I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I've had this discussion with a lot of actors. You could put on the best piece of art ever, but what's the point if no one comes to see it?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the whole other thing. The only Tony thing that it's the only Tony show that I saw that was even remotely involved was the front page, because it was Nathan Lane, John Slattery, John Goodman. It was a star-studded cast. It was really
what
great.
A cast.
And of all the cast, Nathan Lane absolutely stole it. But I'm so torn.
Nathan Lane.
Exactly. I'm so torn because Danny DeVito is also for best performance of an actor in a feature play, and I really just want Danny DeVito to win a Tony. I think it'll be the funniest thing because I love Danny DeVito.
He's great.
Yeah, you never know too, especially with the actors. I think I have no predictions.
Yeah.
Apparently the price was really good. Mark Ruffalo was in it too.
Yeah, I saw that. That was read about.
Who
right?
was? Yeah, it wasn't read about.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, it was It was whatever the Arthur Miller was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
price.
One of the only Arthur Millers I've never seen on stage too. So.
Me either.
No. I think this is a good place to end. For now.
Yes, thank you.
So thank you everyone who took the time to watch, listen, and by people I mean our friends, because God knows who else is going to watch this or listen to it.
If you are our friends, thanks for sticking with us.
And we'd love to hear your thoughts about how we can improve this, things you'd like us to hear us talk about and stuff like that. And we'll probably try and do another episode of this.
Or just straight up compliments. Just compliment us.
That too.
Just tell us how great we are.
We're so insecure. Send help.
So yeah. Thank you everybody.